Hi there, YouTube friends. This is Josie G, and I wanted to give you a completed or pretty completed update of the rooms that we were working on last winter, okay? And I'll show you the before pictures. This is my main room. This used to be my family room, and the reason I called it my family room, even though that's the front door, was because it had this piano was my aunt's, and she sold it to me when I first moved in about 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, something like that. And anyway, there's the Marilyn picture, Marilyn doll, and she's with James Dean there. And there's my mom's guitar is here, and then my son's guitar is behind it in the ukes. And actually, ZachSketch painted that right there. And anyway, so here's the flooring that we worked so hard on, ZachSketch and I. Here's the completed flooring here. And anyway, this used to be where I kept all my family treasures, or Zascora, there. But it's been kind of disassembled since then. But anyway, here's the daybed that I bought, oh gosh, like 14 years ago. So, and it's still going. Usually has another cover on it because the cats lay on it a lot, and they do all kinds of jolly things on that daybed, like erping and shedding and things like that. So shedding fur. So anyway, but this is the color that we painted it. It is yellow. Yellow can be depressive, but this is a very bright yellow. And if you look, we striped this wall, and this is where all my mirrors were at. They were all along this wall. I'm going to put them up, but let me show you. This was the original color, this right here. It's like almost quite kind of a gold yellow, and this was the original color of this entire room. And I actually sponged this entire room, and it looked very Tuscan, but that was years ago. So we took the white, painted in between. ZachSketch kept some of that old wall here, and then we painted that yellow. We had to patch the ceiling in places because it had, I don't know if you can see that, but it had a lot of what do you call them? It had a lot of places where it had settled, and it had some, it had to be patched anyway. Let's just put it that way. Sorry, the ceiling fan, you don't look at that. I have to clean that yet. And then this wall is where I'm going to put a piece of wood. I'm going to paint it, put a piece of wood there, and then I'm going to hang my mirrors from this wall here and give it stability, okay? And this door goes into my room. Remember, I did a room remodel. I'm still waiting on getting more lamps for those great lampshades there. So anyway, and this was an old, oh, it got scratched up there a little bit, or paint. Maybe that's paint. That'll come right off. It's an old display case from a store that closed, that my mom-in-law gave me. Oh yeah, it's paint. It'll come right off. I can see more of it. And it's kind of cool because you can put stuff inside it, and it's actually got a Bible from the post office that was given to my stepdad when my mom passed away. That was pretty cool. And this is an old, oh my gosh, we found this in a house that I used to clean houses years ago, and found that spool there, and it's been painted several times. And then this top, actually, I painted this, and it's like a paper mache top. I painted that, and it went on this base right here. And I thought the base was paper mache, but it's not. It's actually like a plastic, but it broke. It was a table, and I have to figure out how to fix it because I kind of still want to use it for doll videos, and I didn't really want to get rid of the top because I figured if I donated it, because I donate things all the time, whatever I don't want I donate, and I thought they would probably pitch it because it looks like it's broken on the bottom. But I don't know. I'll figure that out. And then this was given to me, this metal trunk. It's kind of pointy on the edges, but it was given me years ago by one of my aunts and her husband, and it has a bunch of my crochet things in it. And they're no longer with us. And then this was made by one of my grandmas. She was an artist. One of her friends, I think. And then I did these two trunks here. This trunk is my trunk that I've had since I was 13 years old, believe it or not. And I painted it. So this is an old trunk, and I won't tell you how old it is. It's pretty old. And I painted it and I decoupaged all this stuff on it. And I have to go over it with some pretty clear, heavy stuff because the cats keep scratching things off of it for some reason. I don't know why. And then this trunk was a new trunk. It had kittens on it. Well, it was an older trunk, but I got it newer. And it had kittens on it. And I decoupaged it with Mary Engelbreit things because I love Mary Engelbreit and vintage things. See, as you can tell, this stole. I redid that too. I sewed all that stuff on there. And I need to do the same thing there as well. It just has pictures and books and so forth on there. These three lanterns I repainted. They were silver. They're old JCPenney ones, and ZachSketch got me those for Christmas one year. And then over in the corner, I have a fetish for things that open and close, like suitcases and so forth. This is a really, really old bag there. It was my Grandma Faye's husband's. And then this one we found years and years ago in a storage locker, and I keep some stationery in there, but I'm starting to decoupage it with Far Side comics and old vintage Sears catalogs because I love Far Side. But this is my grandma's sewing table, actually, and it has a 1951 sewing machine in it that she used to use. And of course, my mini doll's house is on that I'm refurbishing, as you can still tell. I'm not quite finished with her. And then this trunk my mom bought from my aunt and uncle who got into antiques. One of my uncles was a antique restoration. He was into that, and but this has to stay as is. It cannot be restored because it would lose its value. So it's really super old, and the whole top comes off because the hinges are broken in the back. But it has some of my mom's mementos from when she was younger. And just like I said, and those are my mom's boots. And then I redid this. It's a, train case that I redid, but in the Mod Podge I added paint. Don't know if I really care for the outcome, but that's what it looks like. And all of my yarn in the basket. And then here's a walking bridge that I'm working on for my dolls. And then here's this really cool desk that Jack Bear got me at a flea market. It's really super awesome. Let me get this off of here. I'm going to keep dolls, I think, inside it because I used to do that with my real desks when I was a kid. So I would open it, but I would probably snap off Abbott's nose. So there's Abbott and Tasha sitting there. They just don't really have a place right now, so they sit there. And that's pretty much this room. It's the whole entire room. And in a nutshell, that's it. Okay, thanks for joining me in that room, and I'll show you more. It branches off into the kitchen, and then this room, which is the living room, and my room, and the front door, which goes out to the front yard, or side yard, basically, because this house is placed on sideways, kind of. Alright, thanks for joining me, and tell me what you think of the redecoration there. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.